14 Feb. 65. Dearest Suzie, today I got a thank you card and a Valentine card from your mother. Better watch her. I'm only kidding. I enjoy hearing from her. Yesterday, I got the cards from you and the boys and a letter from B. That bracelet didn't fit Audrey's arm. I was sorry to hear that. Our promotion orders came down yesterday, but they haven't given them to us yet. I guess they are waiting until they can get the whole company together and make a big deal out of it. I don't care about all that. All it means to me is about $40 a month more and the title, Chief. Otherwise, news from here is short. We are still restricted and on a 30-minute alert. It is a pretty rough life, but at least we are almost halfway finished. B told me that John's girls got the dolls and they liked them. I was glad to hear that. But I kind of thought John's wife would write and let me know they got them. We had another troop lift today. If we keep up at that rate we're going, I'll have so many air medals when I come home I won't have room for all of them. Today was a real quiet one, though, I'm glad to say. Tell the boys that I miss them, and I love you all very much. Thank you for the Valentine's cards. They were cute. Don't worry about the tape. I have about given up on getting it too. All my love, Bill. Poppy's reaction to his promotion in this letter is pretty telling. He's not interested in the ceremony, just the pay raise and maybe the title. That attitude was common among enlisted soldiers and warrant officers, who often saw promotions as just another bureaucratic step rather than a major personal achievement. Since he refers to himself as Chief, he was likely promoted from Warrant Officer 1 to Chief Warrant Officer 2, WO1 to CW2. In the Army, warrant officers are a distinct category between enlisted personnel and commissioned officers. Unlike traditional officers who focus on command and leadership, warrant officers are technical specialists, highly trained in their fields, whether that's aviation, engineering, or intelligence. For helicopter pilots, like Poppy, warrant officer promotions were largely based on experience rather than command authority. As a WO1, he would have been considered a junior officer, still proving himself. As a CW2, he gained more seniority and credibility, but his role remained centered on flying missions rather than overseeing troops. If he continued advancing through the warrant officer ranks, the highest position he could reach would be Chief Warrant Officer 5, CW5, a rare and prestigious rank reserved for the most experienced technical experts. However, at this stage in his career, Poppy's focus clearly wasn't on climbing the ranks, it was simply on getting home. To modern ears, a $40 pay increase doesn't sound significant, but in 1965 that was a noticeable boost in income. Adjusted for inflation, $40 then is roughly equivalent to $400 today. Military pay was structured on strict schedules, so any bump in rank provided a predictable financial benefit. Soldiers relied heavily on these pay raises to cover unexpected expenses, send home gifts, or save for the future. In his letters, Bill frequently mentioned money matters, planning for household needs, paying for repairs, and making sure Suzie could manage without extra funds for a month if necessary. His concern about finances was practical. Even though the military provided housing and some essentials, enlisted families often had to budget carefully. The increase in rank also meant potential access to additional benefits, like better housing or allowances. Despite the official significance of a promotion, Bill's day-to-day routine likely remained the same. His duties as a helicopter pilot wouldn't change drastically just because he advanced to chief. That being said, there were still tangible benefits. Higher-ranking officers often had better housing, better food, and more respect among their peers and superiors. While these changes were sometimes subtle, they contributed to an improved quality of life. Additionally, senior warrant officers were given more input in mission planning and operations. Poppy's experience in combat zones meant that as he climbed the ranks, his opinion would carry more weight. However, as he mentions, he wasn't interested in the prestige. He just wanted to get his job done, earn his pay, and come home to his family. Poppy doesn't seem particularly interested in the formalities of a promotion ceremony. He suspects that his superiors are waiting to get the whole company together to make a big event out of it, but he clearly doesn't see the need for it. This was a common sentiment among soldiers, especially those deployed in active combat zones. To them, these ceremonies were just another military tradition, important for maintaining structure but not necessarily something they personally valued. Military ceremonies served a larger purpose. They reinforced the hierarchy, instilled discipline, and acknowledged achievements in a formal way. Some soldiers took great pride in these events, while others, like Poppy, saw them as unnecessary distractions. For pilots constantly flying dangerous missions, formalities took a back seat to the reality of their work. However, in a setting where camaraderie and morale were crucial, these ceremonies also provided a rare chance to pause and recognize accomplishments, something that can mean a lot to validate one's actions in an environment where life was unpredictable. The photo I chose for today shows us the Mekong Manor Officers Club, a place I know that Chief spent a lot of time with his friends. I'm Alex Lowy, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode of Dearest Suzie, and receiving messages from the past that my poppy wrote exactly 60 years ago. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. Please consider following the podcast on your preferred platform, and if you're enjoying it, I kindly ask that you take the time to rate the show and leave a review. Also, please follow the project on YouTube, X, and Instagram. All likes, comments, shares, and reviews will help grow the reach of this story. The links for these things should be in the description of this episode. Please feel free to email me at dearestsuziepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to say. I'd love to chat or to hear about your stories as well. Thank you for listening, and God bless.